wonderful, sweet baby. So today we're going to be talking about Stunna Girl exposing the fact that Natalie Nunn was cheating on her husband. Natalie Nunn's husband that she's been married to for almost 11 years is Jacob Payne. Jacob is actually the guy in the top photo with Natalie where she has the braids. Curtis Golden is actually from the original Bad Boys Club. He was on season 1. He was the one that everyone pretty much respected so much because he didn't seem, one of the phobic words where, men and men love each other. But his friend that was on the show, which I believe was named Malu, he actually was a little bit. So people were actually really happy to see that Curtis was not being that way and he was okay with being friends with, the guys on that show. The guys that was really the girls. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not exactly sure why Stunna actually put this out. And I'm guessing that account that is in the corner over there that you guys see, this might be like her burner page, her backup page, or a page where she does some other types of business. But it is, I'm assuming, supposed to be Stunna Girl's page. So she went ahead and blasted that Natalie and Curtis had some sort of secret relationship while Natalie is a whole wife. What's interesting is this video actually had the conversation that Lemon Pepper Stepper Palmer was actually, he was like ranting and raving about how Natalie needs to drop Curtis. So Lemon Pepper, he was pretty much yelling and screaming at Natalie that he did not understand why every event he always seen this guy Curtis there. He then goes on to say, Natalie, you're going to ruin your reputation as well as your marriage. He was even letting her know, you need to be upfront with Jacob and let him know, you know what, I cheat on my husband. He was even saying, if he's okay with it, then, okay, then, that's y'all relationship. But he was saying that she needs to be upfront and honest about what she's doing because she's going to ruin her reputation being around him. And what's crazy is, no one really knows why Lemon Pepper doesn't really F with Curtis. I'm sure that somebody's going to dig up some tea as to why he doesn't really F with him in the first place. But I do have speculations, but I'm going to tell you guys in my thoughts. So once all this tea unfolded, Natalie Nunn actually posted some screenshots of messages between her and Curtis Golden. So as you can see here, he's begging her for that rollie and pretty much saying if she doesn't give him that rollie, he's going to actually tell that he is her side N-word. And that's when pretty much Natalie posted this as well and said that she was going to jump on live in about an hour. When Natalie hopped on live, she actually went into depth on how Curtis tried to extort her out of money. She pretty much said that he was just a thing, he was pretty much just a fling that she was indulging in while her and her husband were on a little break. And then she was saying she will never be with him because she is in love with her husband and, he's ultimately who she's going to be with for the rest of her life, I'm assuming. In this video, she even said, Jacob's at the house. He's here. While I'm alive, Jacob is in the house. Natalie even took it a step further and said that Jacob is fully aware that she had a whole side N-word. And she said that there was no need in him signing an NDA because she felt like a real N-word shouldn't be out here snitching that they're, somebody's side N-word. She even went on to say that her husband, as well as her daughter, is aware of her relationship with Curtis. Oh, and I forgot a very, very important part, you guys. So while Lemon Pepper Stepper was actually on the phone ranting and raving, the recording that Stunna Girl was actually able to snag, when he was on there doing this, he even let it slip in this whole little phone conversation that him and Natalie have already done the do. All right, guys, so now that we've gotten all that out the way, here's my thoughts. I'm honestly and truthfully shocked that Curtis went this slow because he actually seemed like the most humble person on his season of Bad Boys. So I'm really shocked to see that, this is the route that he took. No shade, but he took the Scotty with the body way out by effing his boss, which is extremely weird. All of this is alleged, but still very weird. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think that the reason that Lemon Pepper Stepper is upset is simply because he is mad that Natalie moved on past him and moved on to someone else. Lemon Pepper Stepper is very aware of how he looks. And he's also very aware of how Curtis looks. And no one is blind. We see that Curtis is fine as all hell. And Lemon Pepper Stepper is mad that Natalie moved on to him when the only person she's supposed to be smashing behind closed doors is him. So he got on that phone call and started, ranting and raving and all these other types of things because he was truly upset. And I just wanted to throw this out here. I was watching Choice TV's video about, the fall of the Baddies, franchise. And he actually mentioned that, baddies could no longer be a thing because Lemon Pepper wants to move in the direction of, scripted television on Zeus. And I don't think that this just happened all of a sudden. Like, I think that the reason that he really is trying to go to this route of really wiping out the whole Baddies brand is primarily because of Natalie doing this. And it's like now that we're getting all of these different pieces that we can piece together, we're seeing why and how things are unfolding the way they are. And even though I said that I was shocked that Curtis did this, a part of me isn't, because the whole Zeus network is allegedly a whole brothel where they do kind of like, trafficking and things. Honestly, a part of me wants to be mad at Natalie in this instance, but I honestly truly can't be mad at her for being big playa, big pimpin'. This woman's husband is acting like he is her wife, and if he is comfortable in his wife role, then I can't be mad at her for being Big Daddy. And the fact that her daughter knows just shows me that she's going to raise her daughter to be Big Daddy as well. I'm also not exactly sure why Stunna Girl feels the need to always expose things on behalf of this network. It's almost kind of giving like you still work there and you're still getting paid to kind of give revenue to this company. Because if you think about it, now that we are seeing these things unfold, we're piecing things together. Now we're possibly going to go back and watch Bad Boys, the first season, to see what the dynamic of Natalie and Curtis was in that season. So I'm really honestly and truthfully confused as to why Stunna Girl continues to, keep putting things out there about this company. I find that to be interesting, and I feel like she might still be on payroll. Because a lot of the baddies, they are still considered baddies and they still do baddie-esque things, but they're not actually on the show. So I don't know. I'm kind of side-eyeing Stunna Girl because all of this gives them ratings in the end in the first place. Why would you be so adamant on giving them ratings, especially when shows are just about to premiere? Or when they have big events that are about to happen, like the reunion, she came out with some information. Bad vs. Wild just came out and she came and released some information. So, Stunna Girl, are you really, not for Lemon Pepper and the Zeus Network brand? Or are you one of their pawns that is leaking information to bring them more viewership? But that's my opinion. What's yours?